Hi guys, so today I filmed a tutorial for you on this makeup that I'm wearing right now, and basically what this makeup is kind of like my personal going out clubbing kind of makeup, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't really go clubbing anymore, but if I go to like a dinner or something like that, this is the makeup that I wear, and I just really love it because I feel like it's me. Like, I still feel like myself with this makeup. I just feel like it's kind of enhanced everything, but in a very glamorous way. And don't get me wrong, this isn't like a natural like makeup. This is still a full-on makeup look, but I just feel like it's like the most kind of like elegant and simplistic way to do like a full glam makeup, and I've been wearing it every single time I've got like a dinner or anything to do with like the night and I want to do something kind of glamorous and sexy. This is a makeup that I have been wearing just because I feel like it kind of plays up with the eyes a bit. Got the glossy lip. Like, I have been really loving this makeup look. Like, I don't really go clubbing anymore, like I said earlier. I definitely went through the phase that most 18-year-olds go through. I'm not going to say all of them go through it, but most 18-year-olds kind of go through that. They just turned 18, they kind of do a lot of crazy stuff. They go wild, they go out, they drink, they get drunk, they get too drunk, like all of that kind of stuff. And I definitely had a good like 6 months of doing that. But then I think that everyone kind of comes to like a road where you can either go that way or that way. And I decided that I had done all of the stuff. I've made some mistakes like everyone does, and I felt like I just needed to move forward with my life, and going out isn't really doing that. So yeah, I basically just wanted to tell you guys this makeup is definitely suitable for anything at night, anything in the day. Like, I just love it so much. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please follow me on Instagram. It is at demi.rawling, and my Snapchat is demi.rawling. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye. Okay, so because the eye makeup in this look is really simple, I always start out with my skin, and the primer that I've been using like constantly at the moment is the Touch in Sol No Pore Blem primer. This is my favorites. I've been using it so much because, to be honest, this is like a smoothing and blurring primer, but it actually feels like a moisturizer with the smoothing blurring kind of filter like in it, if you know what I'm saying. It is the most incredible primer. I don't know if it makes my foundation last a lot longer. It just feels amazing on my skin, and I always like to apply it with my hands just because it's easier. Okay, so next up is foundation, and I have always, like for a really long time now, mixed my foundations just to kind of create my perfect formula, if you know what I mean. I would love to formulate a foundation, like, oh my god, like I need to do that. So at the moment, I've really been loving mixing the Corrector Aqua, which is my favorite foundation in the entire world, with the Loreal Infallible Pro Matte, just because the Pro Matte makes the coverage full coverage, and it also gives it a little bit more of a long-lasting effect because the Corrector is more of that kind of satin finish. Okay, and as always, I just dot it around my face first, and then I go ahead with my beauty blender to blend that out. Okay, so continuing on with the skin, the next thing that I personally do is apply a corrector. Now, if you don't really have any blue or like dark rings around your eyes, and you can skip this step, but my favorite one is by a brand called Pera, and this is a Korean beauty brand, and this is their ink corrector in like the peachy shade. So I just like to apply a small amount to like where my blue kind of rings are, and then I blend it out. And then once again using my beauty blender, and just to kind of lightly blend that out. Okay, so the next thing that I do is apply a concealer over the top, and oh my god, you guys, I need to tell you about this concealer. This is again a Korean brand, but oh my god, this is the most incredible concealer that I have ever tried. Like, it is like Maybelline Fit Me, but full coverage. Like, I was so shocked when I tried it. I was like, it has the formula of Maybelline Fit Me where it's super like creamy and easy to blend and quite liquidy, but it's like full coverage. So this is like my dream in a concealer. So I'm gonna go ahead, oh, by the way, that is the Saem Cover Perfection Tip Concealer. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply a little more than I would usually, just because it is a clubbing kind of makeup look. I want it to be a little bit more heavy. I'm gonna go ahead and set my concealer, and also a little bit like of the rest of my face, with my favorite setting powder, the RCMA No Color Powder. I'm just gonna go ahead and do that real quick. Oh, and I also have to say, like, if you're going out for the reason to like meet someone, or if that's kind of what you are going out for, take it from me, you're never gonna meet somebody genuine at a club, ever. Like, trust me, it won't happen. They don't go clubbing. Like, the nice people, like the nice genuine boys, do not go clubbing. Therefore, boys that I'm not gonna beat around the bush here, that just want to go home with a girl and you know, I think that you know what's next. Like, that's all that they want. The people that you meet out at clubs, holy shit, like they are the biggest assholes ever. Obviously there can be times and it can not work like that for everyone, but in my experience and every single one of my friends' experiences, nobody ever, you can't really meet anyone genuine at a club, like ever. So even one time, I'll tell you a little story time. I thought that I had met someone really genuine and really sweet and really nice. Like, it was crazy. Like, I met this person 3 times at like different places, like different clubs, and literally thought like this person was the nicest guy that I had ever met, and like so sweet, so attractive. Not that that matters, but like he was just everything that I wanted and more, and literally turned out to be the biggest arsehole ever. Thankfully we didn't like go anywhere with it, but like, yeah, so that's just part of my point. Like, they can even like disguise it as being really nice, but not like that. Okay, so next up I'm gonna fill in my eyebrows, but I think that I'm just gonna do it off camera. I feel like it's a little bit boring for you guys to see, but I'm gonna use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in medium brown. I actually do want to film a brow video maybe this week, just to show you, because I've been doing my brows like a lot differently now. I haven't been carving them out with concealer, which is crazy because I've done that for like years. Like, not years, maybe 2 years maybe, like I've carved them out with concealer, and like now I don't. So now that the brows are done, we can move on to the eyes. And to be honest with you guys, this look is so simple. Like, the eye makeup is really simple. I don't only wear this just for clubbing. I wear this literally when I want to do something really glamorous or anything like that. I just kind of do this makeup because it feels like myself. Like, I feel like it's myself. It just is a really enhanced version of myself, if you know what I'm saying. So the only palette that I use for this makeup look is the Viseart Neutral Matte palette, because you can tell this palette is so worn now. I love it so much. So the first thing that I'm going to do is just kind of put the white all over my lid, and I'm going to use my new Jouer brushes. I got Jouer brushes and oh my god, they are incredible. So this is the Jouer Luxe Grand Shader, so I'm just going to use that to apply the white all over my lid. When I used to go out, I used to do the most like full on like glam makeup looks, but I just feel like this makeup is more me because I don't like a lot of fancy shimmer, glitter, any of like that sort of stuff. So I feel like this is like a really very classic, it's going to suit everyone sort of makeup. So next up, dipping back into the palette, I'm going to go ahead and grab this like kind of peachy transition shade. Kind of reminds me of like Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie. I'm going to take a little bit of that on my Jouer Luxe Crease brush. And all I'm doing with this shade is just kind of applying it to like above the crease area. Okay, so now that I have that transition shade laid down, I'm now going to dip into these 2 browns. I'm going to kind of mix them together. I'm going to apply them with my Jouer Luxe Petite Crease brush. This is just more of a tapered, a little bit more dense blending brush. I'm just going to start by kind of pressing it into my outer lash line, and then I'm going to slowly kind of work it up to the crease. And I am also going to start to kind of drag it out into like more of a wing sort of shape, because I love my eyeshadow to be that kind of cat wing shape. So that's exactly what I'm going to go ahead and do. And always kind of start from the, like, use your lower lash line as a guide. So kind of start from the outer of your lower lash line and guide it up. I'm so excited. I'm getting a ring light this weekend. Woo! So my video quality is going to be like so much better. I now just need to get the good editing program, a better lens. Like, I have a few things I need to tick off to make my video quality a lot better. Don't worry. I know that my quality of videos isn't great, but I'm kind of just working with what I have. At least I have a really good camera to capture it all on, but I need like way better lighting and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so now that I have the shape that I want, I'm now going to go ahead and kind of tight line really close to my lash line, just on the outer corner. So what I love to do is grab this really dark kind of like chocolatey brown. I'm going to take some of that on my Jouer Luxe Smoky Shader, and as I said, I'm just going to start to really closely apply that to the lash line. I'm going to try and extend it out a little bit, but kind of keep it more just along the lash line. Okay, so now what I like to do is go back in with the like smaller, kind of more dense crease brush. I'm gonna grab a little bit of like, hold on, let me show you, of like this brown right here. I'm just gonna kind of start to smoke it out a little bit. I just want it to look really nice and blended. Okay, so the eyes are almost done. Sometimes I will go in with the black in the palette and I'll just kind of smudge it really close to my lash line, like even closer than the brown, just to kind of make it look a little bit more smoky, a little bit more sexy. But today I'm actually really like happy with how smoky it looks. I kind of really like it. So the next thing that I do, what do you guys think it is? I go in with my favorite eyeshadow in the entire world. This is MAC Nylon, and I use this without fail every single time I do my makeup. Like if I'm doing kind of a different or creative makeup look, I'll probably use something different, but this is hands down my favorite, most intense like inner corner highlight, and also to highlight the brow bone. I should be a sales rep for MAC Nylon. Like that's how much I can sell this bad boy. It is just amazing. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and highlight my inner corner and also my brow bone, and the brush that I'm gonna use is the Jouer Luxe Precise Shader Brush, and I love this for highlighting the inner corner and the brow bone. It has been amazing. Okay, and I'm now just quickly grabbing the blending brush that I used today, and all I'm gonna do is just make sure that the highlight doesn't look kind of too chunky. Okay, so now for the lashes, the first thing that I'm gonna do is mascara my own lashes with the Jordana Best Lash Extreme, and then I'm gonna go ahead and apply some false lashes. Now this does vary, like I kind of switch up every time which sort of eyelashes that I wanna wear. One of my favorites is Cocoa Lashes in the style Misha, and I cut them so that they look more of like a outer corner lash, if you know what I mean. I don't have any of them at the moment, which is kind of sad. So today I'm gonna use the Ardell Demi Wispies, which I do use these sometimes. Okay, so while I'm waiting for my lashes to kind of set in place, I'm gonna go ahead and start on my skin. Now, the first thing that I do is bronze, and these are my two favorite bronzers. Like, I'll either use one or the other. So this one right here is the Becca Sunlit Bronzer in Barley Sands. I've only recently got this like a few weeks ago, but I love this. It gives the most natural but beautiful like JLo glow. I know everybody says that, but it really does. Like, it has the most beautiful formula, the color, the undertone, everything. And then the other one that I use, especially when I'm a little bit more tanned, is the MAC Careblend Pressed Powder in Dark. So today I kind of wanted to go for the MAC Careblend Pressed Powder just because I am a little bit more tan today. My favorite brush at the moment to apply my bronzer. Yes, I have a new favorite brush to apply bronzer, which is so weird because I love my MAC one. Like, I'll never not love that brush, but this one is giving it a run for its money. This is the Jouer Luxe Face Definer, and I love this just to kind of like warm up the cheekbones. So that's what I'm going to use today with my MAC powder. Okay, so the next thing that I do is contour. Now, if you have perfect cheekbones already, you can kind of just leave it as like a bronzy kind of look, but because I don't, I'm gonna go ahead and carve out some fake ones with my Kevyn Aucoin Sculpting Powder. This is my favorite contour powder ever, the undertone, everything about it. And I've been using this brush for, like, I've done it a few times, and oh my God, this brush is so good for contouring. It's the Jouer Luxe Face Focus Brush, and it kind of just gives you a really precise contour. And I'm only going to really lightly contour just because I've already bronzed, and that's kind of given me a little bit of definition already. So you don't really need to do too much work with the contouring. Okay, so now for blush. My favorite blush at the moment has been the Natasha Denona Blush Duo, and I've been loving this more like corally kind of deep peachy color. so for my highlight today, I'm gonna start with the Natasha Denona glow because it is more of a subtle glow. Like it's still, you can still see it. It's still like a glow that you can see, but it's not as intense as the Mary Lou or Jouer Citrine. But I am probably gonna go over with Citrine a bit later. I've also been completely obsessed with this Jouer Luxe Powder Fusion Brush. Oh my God, it literally fits perfectly on the cheekbone. When I want more of like a precise, like intense highlight, I'll use my other like smaller brush, but this is crazy for highlighting. Like it's so nice. So like I said, I'm also going to go over the top with Jouer Citrine just because this is intense. Like this is a crazy blinding highlight. So I'm just going to go over the top a little bit. And I'm also just going to quickly go back in with the blush brush. It has nothing on it. And I'm just going to kind of blend all of that together. Okay, and I'm also going to use Jouer Citrine to highlight my nose. I'm going to take some of that on my Zoeva smudger brush. Finally, for the lips, to me, lips are always kind of like a preference. They're kind of like what sort of mood that you're in, what you're feeling. So for me, it always kind of changes. But the one that I've been wearing a lot is Dose of Colors Sand mixed with Kat Von D Lovesick. But I kind of don't feel like I want to do that today. I've created like this beautiful combination that I'm kind of feeling a little bit more at the moment. So first of all, I go ahead and line my lips with my NYX Lip Liner in Natural. Then, I'm getting out of breath talking about it, then I go over the top with Dose of Colors Sand Liquid Lipstick, and then I go over the top with a gloss.